only thing better than watching accidental broadcasts lost files is actually riding your own motorcycle into the dirt while listening to that music. Oh, it's good. So good. Let's get it on. So, welcome to the Motovlog here. This is a direct response to Mr. Andy Boomatai, who, thank you for the subscription, sir. That means a lot. If you don't know who Andy Boomatai is, you probably need to go check him out. He is, whoa, haha, misshift there. He vlogs on a big cruiser in Hawaii. Chances are, if you follow me, you already know who he is through accidental broadcast. Andy brings a massive amount of professionalism and know-how to the motovlogging community. And he doesn't present it in a crappy way. He presents it in a way that's very, well, hilarious. So, very, very good stuff. Definitely listen to what this man has to say. He knows how to make professional video. He's been in the entertainment industry for a while. But anyway, this is a response to his video about swearing, foul language and things like that. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off my music there so I can actually concentrate enough to vlog. It's hard enough as it is going up this amazing stuff and popping mini wheelies. Let's talk about swearing for a minute. It's something that's come up a lot on the Facebook page. A few motovloggers have talked about it. It's really kind of an interesting social thing. Let's get right into the meat of this motovlog. So, basically what's happening, if I were to say, God you, mother, piece of to somebody who never spoke English, they wouldn't know what I was talking about and they wouldn't be offended at all. Now, if I said that same stream of profanities to somebody whose English was their, second language, that still wouldn't have the impact, right? Like, I can hear swear words in Spanish and I know what they mean because I speak just a little bit of Spanish. It doesn't really bother me because even though I know what they mean, there's not that social impact there, right? Oh, I'm going the wrong way here. Oh, this is Sketchville 9000 off camera. Wheelie! Ah! Okay. Ah, here we go. Now we're on a trail that's a little bit rideable. Okay, here we go. So, when it comes, that's an example of what not to do while you're motovlogging. If you want to make a terrible motovlog, follow that. Andy and the people who've watched his videos know what I'm talking about. So, anyhow, let's continue. If you say you to, somebody who's your friend, there's almost no social consequence, right? You just kind of brush it off like, ha, 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 ha. But when it comes to somebody who you don't know, right, that might be fighting words. Now, let me explain some human psychology here. When I worked with some troubled teens, which I still do, thankfully, I love my work, but when I worked with some really troubled teens, if you so much as said the word rape or molest around some of them, it would trigger something brutal in them. Now, most of us hear those words and it's kind of unpleasant, it's, yeah, rape, that's unfortunate. And some of us might use it in a joke or something here or there, just, kind of anecdotal. But to some of the kids, that triggered a serious emotional reaction. Now, in society, swear words are nothing more than words. And words are nothing more than things that come out of our mouths, right? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But here's the thing, we have social value on words. Words are powerful. We can express emotion through words. We can try to express the greatest of feelings and the worst of feelings through words. They're very powerful instruments. In anthropology, they're called artifacts. Words are actually social artifacts. Oh, that's a big rock. So, in every language there are swear words, words that you can't really say. And it doesn't matter if it's, me, sha, or or whatever. In a certain language, that might mean something terrible. Just like some hand gestures, right? Now, here's the thing, is the words themselves are not harmful, but the social meaning behind them can be. Oh, why did I go this way yet again? I almost ate crap off of there just a little while ago. Sometimes these words are very powerful. Now, if you've grown up a lot with swearing and things like that, it's just like a filler in a sentence, like or anything like that, right? Not necessarily a bad word, just a filler word. And that's your social artifact. It doesn't mean that much to you. But some people rarely hear those words, and so when they do hear it, it automatically it has a trigger, right? And so usually when you hear somebody say, that piece of or whatever, it's really not, that doesn't sting your ears, but to some it might, because even though how you say it isn't necessarily offensive, but they've heard it before in a more personal way. For example, if somebody's about to throw a punch, or you're in a serious conflict with somebody, they might yell out, "You piece of," and at that point that it's on, right? Them's fighting words. So it's just kind of interesting with language and things like that. Holy hill climb. That is just brutality. I think I could make it, but I'm not in my gear. Anyway, so truthfully, I've been around cussing and swearing, or whatever you want to call it, for long enough that it really doesn't bother me. But just know, for some people, those are triggers. And heaven forbid, they're triggers of really brutal memories of being abused. So when it comes to swearing, realistically, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But it's best to tread lightly when it comes to that, because you never know what you're triggering, and especially for people of an older generation. Whoa, this is pretty steep. For people who are older, like in Andy's example, there was a guy who was like, this, that, blah, 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 and just kept saying it. And really, I'm sure to Andy, no biggie. But it was, I think, at like the DMV, and there was a lady and her little grandson present. And to that lady, that might have been, for her, in her, in her scope of things, in her view of the world, that social artifact basically means the very worst of things, right? We use language to express emotion, and a lot of people still use foul language to express extremely strong emotion. And so our brains don't quite catch up. Our brains think, well, that guy's saying a lot. He must be really upset, even though that couldn't be farther from the truth. It's just we're kind of conditioned when we hear those words. That means that there is some extreme emotion going on. Usually when I say or any of those other combination of sounds, it's not it's because I have fallen, or I just got hurt, or something like that, to me they represent very strong emotions, where basically you're turning it up to 11 when it comes to what language or what social artifact can I put out there that perfectly demonstrates exactly how I feel right now. And man, granted, sometimes when you crash hard or something bad happens, there's no better word to turn it up to 11 than right? Just like all words, swear words or cuss words or whatever, they all have their place. And if you overuse them, then what do you use when you actually do need to turn it up to 11, And once again, it all comes down to personal views and personal values and personal experiences. I think most people can determine the difference. For example, you know, if you use foul language a lot, and maybe that's perfectly acceptable in your culture, it comes through that that's acceptable. And really, I don't think anybody cares. Everybody comes from their own ways, and everybody needs to do them. Because when you try to be somebody you're not, it just doesn't pan out. Anyway, guys, I'm almost at the end of the dirt. Just so you know, that was the ride home from school. Am I a lucky guy or what? Thank you, Andy Boomatai, for another fantastic moto vlog that really, I don't know, it's really thought-provoking. I love that kind of discussion in the community. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching and listening. We will end this moto vlog with just a bit of air, and hopefully not enough that I get jacked. But yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching. Much love. eveRide out.
We gotta cut the show. Sorry, bro. Fight outside. What? We can't do it no more. We can't do the show anymore.